right, lesson 95, page 583 is over volume of a right solid. Okay, you guys have been working with this formula already. You guys know this formula, so you're in a really good position to do well on this lesson. Okay, at the bottom of the box on page 583, it says a right solid is a geometric solid whose sides are perpendicular to the base. The volume of a right solid equals the product of the area of the base and the height. This rectangular solid is a right solid, and then it gives you an illustration there. Shows you how to find the volume. All right, but you guys already know this. Volume of a right solid equals area of the base times the height, and I've been having you write this formula, volume equals area of the base times height. All right, so let's just go right to example 1. I've tried to draw these shapes here on this page. It says, find the volume of this right triangular prism. Dimensions are in centimeters. We show 2 views of the prism. Okay, so you know your formula, okay? You know volume equals area of the base times height. All right, but what is the base of this triangular prism? If you just were looking at this picture, you might think that the base is this here, the bottom part that the figure's sitting on. That would be incorrect. For the base of a shape, of a right cylinder or prism or whatever we're dealing with, a right solid, all right, there needs to be 2, and they need to be the same measurements. So if you're thinking this right here is the base, that would not be correct because there's not 2 of those. All right, the base would be the triangular portion here. There's 2 of those, same measurements. So that's why we have this view here, okay? So sometimes the book will show you the shape sitting in a way where it's not sitting on the base, as it is here. All right, right here you can see you've got 1 base here, 1 base here. All right, so to figure out the volume of this shape, you need to do the area of the base times the height. All right, now we've already established that our base is the triangle. Now for the area of a triangle, right, you do base times height divided by 2. And remember, the height has to be perpendicular to the base. So for our triangle, our base of our triangle will be 4, and then the height will be 3. So we're going to do 4 times 3. We know we're going to divide that by 2. And then that's the area of our base. So we know we're going to multiply that by the height. And the height of this shape is 6. All right, if you're looking at this drawing, you've got your base, and then you've got the shape, which is 6 centimeters tall. So our height here will be 6. All right. 2 will cancel into our 4 twice. So 2 times 3, that'll be 6, and 6 times 6, that'll be 36. So our volume will equal 36 centimeters cubed. Right? Our units are cubed when we're doing volume. Okay, so that's going to be the answer there. So if you know your formula and you know how to find your base, you will be just fine. All right, example 2. The diameter of this right circular cylinder is 20 centimeters. The height is 25. What is its volume? Leave pi as pi. Okay, if the diameter is 20, let's just go ahead and write that. Let's put a little dot for the middle, but the diameter is 20. All right, and the height is 25. All right, well, let's write our formula. Volume equals area of the base times height. All right, now what's your base here? There has to be 2 of them. So it's going to be the circle here. So we just need to figure out the area of the base. Now for the area of a circle, what's your formula? Pi r squared. All right, so we can write that in place of area of the base, pi r squared. We're going to do that times height. Okay. Now this says leave pi as pi, so we're just going to leave pi as it is. Our radius, all right, our diameter is 20, so our radius would be half of that, would be 10. Radius squared, 10 squared would be 100. And then our height is 25. All right, so we only need to do 100 times 25 and leave pi as pi, so our volume will equal 2,500 pi. And then our units were centimeters cubed. All right. So 2,500 pi centimeters cubed. All right, so again, if you know your formulas, you are going to be fine on these. Just follow your formula in a neat and orderly fashion. All right, go ahead and work the practice problems on your own. Press pause and just work those, and then I'll give you the answers. All right, I'm assuming that you've pressed play. Let me give you the answers here. For A, you should have gotten 288 centimeters cubed. For B, you should get 360 centimeters cubed. For C, you should get 90 pi centimeters cubed. For D, you should get 230 centimeters cubed. For E, you should get 10 pi centimeters cubed. All right, if you got those, awesome. All right, if you didn't, maybe try to figure out what you did wrong. All right, let's look at A if you didn't get these wrong, if you didn't get these right. Okay, for A, you can see there your base is, I'm just going to put the formula up here just so we have it. All right, you can see that your base is a triangle, so you know you're going to have to do base times height divided by 2. Okay, so your base will be 6, and your height's 8. You're going to divide that by 2, and then all of that times the height, which is 12 here. All right, so 2 will go into 8 4 times. So then you're going to do 6 times 4, which is 24 times 12. Okay, so 24 times 12. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. So that's going to get you your 288 and then centimeters cubed. Okay, for B, all right, for B, you can look at your triangle and you can see your base of the triangle is 10. Your height is 6. You know you're going to divide that by 2. And then you're going to multiply that times 12. Okay, 2 will go into 10 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. And 30 times 12, that's going to get you your 360 and then centimeters cubed. All right, for C, okay, looks like your diameter is 6. So for the area of the base, you're going to do pi r squared, and it says leave pi as pi. Okay, so if your diameter is 6, your radius will be 3, and 3 squared would be 9. And then that times your height, which will be 10. All right, so that's going to get you 90 pi. All right, for D, okay, for D, again, you have to picture this differently than it is in the book, all right? Picture it standing on the bottom there, which is 5, and then 7, that kind of weird shape here. That is going to be your base, okay? So if this is 5 and this is 7, all right, and then if you look up, you know this is 3, and you know this is 2, all right, you're going to have to do some splitting here to get the area of this. Okay, so we can draw a line here, and if that's 3, then this has to be 4. So we can do 5 times 3 for this, which will be 15, 4 times 2, which will be 8. We can add those together. Okay, so 8 plus 5, that'll be 13, and then 23. So the area of our base is 23. Then we need to do that times the height, which in this case is 10. So that'll get you 230 centimeters cubed. All right, and then E. Okay, for E, looks like your radius is 1. So you're going to do pi r squared, so just pi times 1. And then times your height, which is 10. So you're going to get 10 pi centimeters cubed. All right, again, I know I did those quickly. So if you need to go back and pause and think through while I'm doing them, then you can do that. All right, you can go ahead and start your lesson.